What's up, y'all?
Quick step in the house, y'all. Don't move. Just in a few moments, we'll be live in the studio with our special focus on hip-hop and house, dance, and music.
You know it, and this is our 5th edition of Hip Hop Meets House with our guests in the studio who rock both styles, plus a 5-on-5 battle in Brooklyn. Get your juice and snacks now, cause this is Kwik2Rok.
Let's get it, y'all.
Come on, bring that back.
You know I love to do that to you, baby.
What up? Welcome, one and all. We are back. Did you miss us? I did. I am your host, Rockefeller, and he is...
Quick Step, a.k.a. DJ KS360.
And we are Kwik2Rok, a hip-hop variety talk show providing a glance into the underground artists who are keeping the legacy of hip-hop, street, and club culture alive. This particular episode is made possible through the Bronx Council on the Arts Community Engagement Grant and Full Circle Soldiers, our nonprofit dance company. Plus our family here at Bronxnet, TV, still holding space for our local content creators and media-savvy community.
That's right, you already know we rep the underground kings and queens who are Kwik2Rok, non-stop from the block, coming at you from around the way to be heard and seen around the world.
We are back for a special that marks the 5th time that we have highlighted the overlap of 2 huge music and dance worlds here in New York City, hip-hop and house.
Yeah, the first time we did this was in 2017 at the Bronx Museum of Arts, and the other places we did it at were Woolworks and the Bogart House in Brooklyn. Salute, y'all.
That's right. We have wanted to help to bridge the two since they shared dance floors back in the 80s and 90s. Voodoo Ray, rest in peace, was the host for our first event that included video of Willie Ninja, the House of Trey, and live in-person performances from Cesar Valentino and Kim Holmes and Sekou Haru. It was well attended and just kept the memories flowing. It was a good one, that first one.
Indeed. So Ray is watching us right now. We're keeping his legacy alive, and also Willie Ninja, Large Marge, and recently Lisa Pitts, who also performed that day in 2017. Ray was in the house. He's a hip-hop head. He's a house head. But when we met, he was Boogie Ray.
Hey.
Here we go, Ray. Volume 5.
There we go. In the studio today are 3 masters who also straddled both dance genres and traveled internationally to share their knowledge and steps from before the days of the internet, and they are still going to this present day. Let's welcome Peaches, Future, and Ejoe Wilson to the studio. What? Yes. Okay. This is so special because we barely get these 3 ever in one space to dance, and even less to shed light on their New York City dance journey. So are y'all paying attention? Please put down your phone. Please. Come on.
So let's go to the beginning. Peaches.
Yes, love.
I'm assuming that you dance hip-hop first, then house.
Is that right?
Well, if you're saying the word hip hop, I literally started dancing before there were DJs in the building.
Right.
So I started dancing when they had funk bands and people were still smoking cigarettes in clubs.
Okay.
And there was funk music. So you're talking 1976.
Yeah, everybody
and
played
on.
an instrument. You have to know how to play an instrument.
Yeah,
Right.
and my style of dance was first learning party dancing, and then robot, and then popping.
Okay, so what was your favorite party song?
My favorite party song
got you on
at
the
that
dance floor.
point, because it was bands, and only because it was bands, and it was a very popular song, was Play That Funky.
Music, white boy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And
all right.
Cut the Cake by them.
Okay.
I loved Cut the Cake
Cool.
because Cut the Cake was, it was kind of angular and it would stopping places.
It's more
and-
fun, yeah.
Yeah.
But in terms of hip hop, though, were you then? It's fair to say that you danced hip hop before house, right? Because house
Absolutely,
hadn't come out yet,
absolutely.
really, as house music,
Right.
Right. So hip hop first.
Hip hop with two electro funk. So you're talking when I moved to New York City, we were talking Planet Rock and we were talking that electro funk.
Electro funk. Okay.
To me, house did not come into being until 85, 86.
Okay.
That's when you first saw the beginnings. And I'm thinking, going to throw that back over to you because we're going to talk about the first time you heard something that was about 128 beats per minute. Would that be considered the very beginning of
It was
house?
more like club music, but it's not about me. It's about you.
Well,
No, I'm just saying that
But really,
in terms of
so-
where the arc of the music changed, the clubs dictated
That's right. The DJs.
the style of dance, and then when the DJs came in, they then redictated
Right.
how
we move.
fast the music was going to be
Yeah.
through all the record pools and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
then when
yeah.
they started pushing house music, a faster beat, because electro funk is at a slower beat, which means as a dance you could lean into your pops. Zoom, zoom. When it became faster, when the DJs
Isolation
dictated
second.
house, the music,
demonstrated
the
it, right?
footwork
Yes.
became faster.
And let's not
Okay,
forget,
okay.
there were breaks and disco, and disco was already 125, 128, depending on the song.
True
Right.
indeed.
Disco
true
is
indeed.
different though. That
No,
was
but
earlier.
so you had disco, then you had disco breaks, and then people were boogieing to breaks. And some of them were disco
Right.
breaks too.
Right.
So then when club music started to come out, they were also emulating what they were inspired by when it came to disco and funk. They had club music, and then club music started to be influenced by electro funk as well, because you had what?
Which one?
You had these people from where?
Germany.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, you're talking about the
Kraftwerk.
European.
You're talking about Kraftwerk.
We called them imports.
Right, so that's
Exactly.
exactly my point. So
Right.
what was being imported also influenced what was happening here.
It was a great
Right.
time.
It was a great time.
era.
So then
It
by the
really
time house
was.
came, you know what I mean? People were like, oh, what's this? But it was already like, almost like when disco got so-called played out.
Right.
What they say now is that house is disco's revenge.
Well,
Right.
freestyle was right in the middle of
Right.
Oh, freestyle too. Oh my
Exactly. So
God.
what's happening between that was freestyle. And let's not get that confused with
But I
freestyle
mean,
dancing.
dance-wise and
Right.
music-wise, it was changing because we were coming out of the roller skating rinks, and that's where you were hearing
Nice.
classics and stuff like
Yes.
that.
Right.
Before you had classic clubs and house clubs.
Look at
Right.
that.
You know, as you know, I always say, as a kid, that's the first club we ever went to. It's the first time you hear big music, big lights.
Lights, right?
You go
Right.
there, same
Roller
girl's
skating
gonna be
rinks.
there next weekend. Yeah, you're
Yes.
coming back. You know, like you wanna learn how to skate backwards. It was a whole
It
thing.
was a whole thing.
Skate
And
So
then
true.
we
Races.
transitioned into dancing because I mean there was such a dance, you know,
USA.
just street dance was such a big deal
Right.
at that point that
Right.
they wanted to stop skating just so we can have an hour to dance. And they're like, okay, but you have to wear your socks. So dudes is jumping over each other's socks and falling over. You know,
Yep.
it's like it's happening, but also.
How cool is
You know,
that?
And that became
I'm
a
going to
hierarchy,
skate,
too.
So I had to learn how to do the wave-ball. I had to learn how
Right.
to, you know, like I was well seasoned by the time I got out of there, you know, because of the hustle and salsa and stuff. You know, if you wanted to dance with a pretty girl, you had to learn all this stuff.
You had to learn. Right.
Well, I'm glad you brought the aspect of roller skating because we never even, right? We don't think about that. But it was indeed for a lot of us the first time we were inside a place because for me, I was too young to go to the Hivalo or any of these like big clubs. So, you know, I had to go at summer camp or day camp would take us roller skating. But
No,
yes.
it was crazy. It was, I mean, people would skate everywhere.
Yeah, man.
And you have, like, my mother took me to a place called Melons, so probably the first club I've ever gone to. And they're skating in there. It's like, it was just as small as it is. And people are skating around and stuff like that. And they're like, okay, we're taking skates off. It's like, oh, you know, like,
Yeah,
if they want to skate, you know, some people would come, like, what's the song? Dun 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 dun.
Which one is that one?
Saturday, Saturday. That's
Oh, yes.
like
Right.
Right.
at the beginning, the girl comes to the club with her roller skates. And she was like, you know, this is roller skating. You know, like, but she came to, he's like, why you got your roller skates on? She was like, you know, this is a roller skating party. It's like,
Right.
that's it. Like, nobody has skates, you know, but people skate everywhere.
And
It
if
was
you're
a big
vibing,
deal.
if your party's at a high vibration, people bring their skates because it takes them there.
Right.
And I remember the skating rinks, you had to be nice to get in the middle.
Oh yeah.
That's right. You don't get in the side.
Because
where
there
the
was,
best
remember
are.
the small rink that was all messed up or had a rug
Or the kiddie rink.
where, or you had the kiddie rink, all the beginners were over there. And when you graduated, you went to the middle.
Yeah.
Now, when it came to house, Peach, what was your first house step that you learned? Can you remember?
Oh yeah, that was the throw up.
You were doing it.
Yes,
a
yes,
minute ago.
and the double.
Hey.
I don't know what you call it. You probably know what it is.
I don't.
But that's okay.
No, it's more rock board.
And
It's
step
a rock
front,
board
step
stuff,
side,
yeah.
step front, step side.
It's
Yeah.
like the beginning of a lot of those steps into the rock boys.
Right,
So-
right.
And it was like, basically the dance itself has manifested. It's become something without trying to control it. It's organically happening, and it's transitioning from this to that. You know, like you said with poppin', there was a time where everybody was doing robots.
Right, right.
Shields and Yarnell.
Yes,
Right.
that was the
Like-
influence right there. Was the very
And it's
beginning
like
of
you
it.
were watching it on
Yeah.
TV. Like,
Oh,
it's
Michael
like, wow, they're
Jackson.
really good. Then,
To this day, it's still fascinating, by the way, to watch people do the robot
Of
and
course.
do
yeah,
it really
I
well.
would rather
It's
watch
like
a robot than mime.
Right.
True,
Right. Right.
But there was
it
a mime.
depends,
There was
right?
a time for
Well,
mime.
Shields and Yarnell, they were.
Well, mime
they
were
were-
preluded actually, Shields and Yarnell, and
Right.
they were predominantly
And
mimes
mimes, yeah.
who created the whole robot thing and the
Coming
male-female
out of Marcel
dynamic
Marceau.
with that.
And
And
Yeah.
they weren't doing it to music. They were
Right.
telling us a story.
Right.
Whereas
Skits.
when some other people got a hold of that movement and it was like,
Right, yeah.
and it just became something else.
I believe it was the duality of Shields and Yarnell at the exact same time. The guys on the West Coast were roboting
Oh,
at the
yeah.
same time. They were
Yeah.
taking and then they were innovating it to music.
Right,
So there was
yeah.
like they were telling the story and then at the same time creating new movements
Yeah.
of what I call under the umbrella of dance illusion.
Yeah.
It's
You
something-
know,
yeah,
I
it seemed
mean,
like a
these are things
collective-
that we want to like definitely unpack and share with everyone
Yeah.
because I don't think people are. I don't know. I don't think they're thinking back. That everybody's just right now, what's hot today. But if we are able to pull the time machine back, especially with you three, then we can get a little more clarity. You know, where did it come from? And it's great to talk about the West Coast, but we are talking a little bit more specifically about New York City. So, you know, I don't know, Future, if you want to jump in. When is it that you did you transition?
Waiting for a cue.
Right? No, you can always
Sorry,
jump
we were
in.
No,
He was like
but
five,
no, I
can
wanted
always-
three.
I wanted
My
to make
turn.
sure if I was going to speak that it made sense in accordance to what we're talking about, where I fit in the timeline. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, when you first started to dance or see dance, was it hip hop or was it house?
Definitely hip hop.
Okay.
To just, I guess, put year numbers on that. House for me is 84, 85.
Okay.
Hip hop is prior to that, so we're
Okay.
really talking as y'all had over, which is why I was waiting. You know, what I'm saying you were speaking about the timeline I'm living in, and not really needing to say anything because y'all
Correct.
are spitting it. So, like even on the mic on the side, some people were like, "Did he say skate key?
Skate.
Did he say laces? Did he
Right,
say
right.
roller cast?
That's right.
What's he saying?"
Skating palace near
I
me.
was slightly mumbling, but that said, especially for the
Empire,
boogie
yeah.
down where we're at,
Yeah.
Skate
Right.
Key, Uptown, and in Queens was USA, which is where I won't even get into it right now, but that's the first time I saw Louis New Wave. That's another name I won't get into as far as dance. But that said, hip hop first, and the roller rink, yeah, a roller rink was where I was in a big space to hear big sound first.
Right.
All
that's
of us, I think
Big
we
sound
all.
was
I think we
it.
all
that.
experienced
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It was
Ejoe,
different
you
from
started with
way.
hip hop first, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I was going to jams.
the block parties, right?
So
That's the other half of
and
it.
I came up with Steve D. You know, the
Word.
Black Mask and Wonder DMC. He's the person that taught me how to mix.
That's what's up.
So all of us here, so before hip hop, you were exposed to, I'm assuming, funk, what was on the radio, what your mom
Party
was playing.
dances.
My
Right.
mom cleaning the house to funk
Yep.
and salsa.
Yep.
So it was like my first education was at the home.
Salsa
Then it was
for
at the
me.
rink. I was like, oh, I hear this at my house. So the connection, you know what I mean? It's really interesting, man. But
Sure.
No, we're doing great, and unfortunately, right now we have to take a little bit of a break. So don't y'all go nowhere. I mean, you can, do a little bathroom break or whatever, but we're gonna come back with more of the hip hop meets house with the icons. Oh.
The giant is greater, so step back. I know you were told black about the soul clap, and I'ma keep
We are back. We are back, and we're hanging out with the icons in the studio, chatting about New York City hip hop and house parties. So, next question.
Let me ask y'all a question. Were there any steps in hip hop and house that overlap and or styles of dress like boots, belts, sneakers, hats, shirts, pants?
For me, as far as the choreography, when I was a backup dancer for Doug Lazy, the steps that overlapped were a lot of the locking steps. So it was easier for us to use a lot of points and stuff, and we were doing double legs, but also utilizing locking. So we stretched it out to the beats. So we made everything bigger. So everything was way bigger on stage. As opposed to very small when you're battling and it's a small area. We would always use from right to left, the back and right. So if you watched any videos of us, you'll see us moving.
You were awesome,
with
Peach.
the locking.
I saw you perform.
Ejoe, what say you?
Styles or steps?
Okay, so when you say steps overlapping, you have to understand that the whole of house dance is a kind of conglomerate, it's a multi-genre, multi-move. We take moves, we take them from, and it's to be merited because we're using it, we're putting it in our criteria where, everybody has their own house, just like everybody has their own house. So everybody has their own way, like your furniture is like this. We all have furniture, but yours is over here. Mine's is over, so if you could look at it that way. As for the steps, when we first started dancing to house, and again, it's organically happening. You're taking a step. This guy came in, he did something last week, and you saw that from the corner of your eye, but it's in there. And then when you do it, it all comes out, and then you had steps that everybody was doing.
Right. Well, I know that step.
And it was like that just went with house. So it was like we had these kind of same steps until the music got better, because it was very primitive. It was very boom bap. It was like, it's like, it's really, beans and rice. It's like really simple forming. So, and we're dancing to that, but those steps that we were doing, all this hucklebuck stuff that we were doing, fit at that time.
Rock to the beat.
Now, when you listen to somebody like Grammy Award-winning Lil Louis Vega with a big band, you see how it has changed, and if the music changes, then the dance has to change with it.
Well, it actually has come full circle.
Yeah.
Because house, if you look at the steps, it looks like tap, Lindy Hop.
Well, you also have to look, look at the fact that this is New York City. We're a tap-based place. If you know anything about Savoy Manor and bebop dancing and how they were dancing back in the...
Yes.
I always tell people, because they're always, houses made in Chicago. It's like, he's from here. He's from the Bronx. He was doing it here before he did.
Heavy combo, right?
So you can
deep.
claim that,
Right.
but we're gonna take the dance and we're gonna do what because, seriously, if you look at the video, go to the videotape. If you look at how they were dancing in Chicago when house first came out, they were just,
Two-stepping.
Two-stepping. They didn't have steps. The steps didn't come until you came to New York and you have all this. And again,
the lineage, the legacy.
You put it in there. We are tap-based. There was a time when everybody knew a time step. Everybody knew a time step. Whether you were in it, and a lot was asked of us. You had to be a triple, people say, who'd you look up to? And it was Michael Jackson, James Brown. I was like, Sammy Davis Jr. I thought Sammy Davis Jr.
Ultimate
was
Joe Teller,
amazing.
singer,
It was like,
dancer.
he can't do anything wrong. I
Right.
was like, is he playing the xylophone now?
Yes,
I was like,
piano.
where does it stop? I was like,
He said, where does it stop?
so mad. People are
Drum and
mad.
dance.
They can't even sing. He
Right.
just did that. It was like, on to the next one. Hey, Frank, I want to direct. give it to Sammy. You know, like
He'll direct the movie.
You with the Rat Pack. Nobody.
Right, making movies.
You know what I
yes.
mean? Like it's
Lineage, it's lineage.
And
But let me ask Future.
Sure.
Let's get an answer from you, man.
Or at least about the styles.
The style.
Future, the
Style
styles.
of
Like,
dress.
what were
'cause
you dressing?
I'm looking at what you're wearing right now.
Stand up and show it.
The way that I'm dressed now would be more curtailed to hip hop,
Oh, okay, okay.
and that's but because of the pant legs being up, would be so that I didn't trip on my own pants, especially being that they're baggies. So if you're doing a step and you lift your foot up and you
It's over.
catch right here,
It's a
you
wrap.
might, or
Face,
back,
face to the floor.
yeah, one of those numbers, you
Yes.
might just get a little
But
oopie
But this got to be
scoopy.
said. If you look at dudes from around the way who wear their pants leg up, the right pant leg up,
One, yeah.
you know why that is, right?
Riding a bike.
since
Riding
we
a bike.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
But that became a
that's
style
actually
when they got off the bike.
messenger.
Some
Oh,
people
it's
forgot
like
to
you
put it
gotta
back
do-
down. They just
you
left it
gotta-
up.
That's real.
Well,
That became a thing,
How
for
it happened,
sure.
you got off the bike to play basketball, but you never put the pants
Back down,
so
right.
then it became a thing.
Yeah, it was a style.
Plus, you didn't want to get your pants
We
hooked
had-
up
we
into
had bumper
the teeth of your bike.
Right.
Wow.
Because I used to be a bike
We
messenger
had bumper
too.
car
So.
shoes. We were thrifting back
Speaking
then.
of thrifting, Pete, you have an outfit back there
Oh,
that you had
yes.
thrifted.
So
Quickly hit us off
I
with
always
that.
like to hit off with first a little bit of history. You mentioned Louis Vega.
Right.
I danced for Louis Vega and La India when they were married.
There we go.
And
Please tell us about that.
so
right
this,
there.
this is an interesting thing. I danced for Beat Street when we went on tour. I danced with Soulsonic Force in this outfit. And again, I always loved kind of the style of the West Coast, like, oh, Mickey, you're so fine.
No, but this is before that.
This was
is
before that. It was actually before that.
Yeah.
But I always saw that kind of band style and the cropped waist.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing I'm wearing here, cropped waist, because when you were dancing, you would also, that's okay, you could probably throw that down there.
No,
you
no,
would
that's
also use a lot of the waist, the twist-o-flexion stuff.
Hey,
It
hey.
accentuates the twist.
With the reaction.
Right.
I love it.
And also when you
Get
had,
ready.
if you had pinstripes and you're throwing a wave, you're seeing the wave
actual
actually go.
form
So
of
there's like double reasons why you wear certain clothes. The
But
bagginess.
this is something that you found at a
Thrift shop,
right?
Right,
So
and it's
you
the
were-
same thing with some of the jackets. The jackets were old zoot suit style jackets
Yeah, man.
that we loved to dance in because the bagginess would accentuate all the dance.
So is it fair to say that in hip hop and house you had to assemble some gear to come out to stand out?
Everybody would go shopping all week long to
I
dance
remember
on the
going on
weekends, yeah.
8th Street trying to get at least one
Yeah, but you
item
wouldn't
that
get
was
in the club
different.
with the street
I
stuff
was going
on.
to say,
Right.
you
There's
you
just you
styled
Had to
out.
dress up.
Not tonight, buddy.
Right.
Right.
For
Not
like the
tonight.
fellas, they might, especially during the late spring,
White
summertime,
sneakers.
they could get away with maybe with a crew neck t-shirt, white t-shirt, but you're usually going to have, especially for club, for house, back then, it was definitely a vest, you know what I'm
remember the
saying,
vest.
if not a
Matching top
blazer.
and bottom sometimes.
Button
Either
down.
either a fedora if they had one or something else similar to, or at least a hat maybe for
Dress
some
shoes.
fellas. Then you definitely had baggy pants or slacks rather.
That's right.
And you had anywhere between Berlin
Parachute
walls,
Oh, I love the parachute jacket.
parachute jackets. There you
Gas
go. Actually,
jackets.
parachute/flight jackets,
Right, Mhm. flight
especially
jacket.
for Antique Boutique and Uniques that was
Yes,
over there
in
in
the
the village back
village.
in the
Antique
days.
Boutique was
Either black
dang.
or,
Or little
green or
chateau.
gold if you
One
was lucky.
outfit, at least
Le
one piece, because
Chateau,
some of those were
wow.
expensive. So I can get
Right.
one piece
Right.
to go with whatever my old dingy stuff out
Your
was.
black or
'Cause-
whatever slacks,
Yes.
and you had either Berlin walls, Doc Martens,
Zodiac?
Zodiac, or
Travel Fox?
Travel Fox. There was one more though that was they were selling
Why are
those.
you laughing?
But the Berlin walls is crazy because the Berlin walls, the soles were
It
like
was like
this.
so thick. It was like the
this.
70s, but not.
You get Michael Jackson in those, trust me.
Yes, don't step
But
on
you
my
had
corns.
to rock. You had to rock
Flares
in that
and-
kind of style in order to get into the club, because just like he said, the door person, whoever that might have been, and I'm saying person because of gender choice and all of that to sound politically correct if
Right.
necessary. So you had James St. James
Oh,
or
boy.
a few other people at the door who would be, or Kenny actually. Kenny, I couldn't say which
Kenny
one was more
Ken.
shady.
Kenny
Yeah.
Ken.
But you would be
Diss me
trying
every
to,
time.
you'd be standing there thinking, you'd be
No.
ready to get in. Excuse me, all sitting one night, ready to get in, get
Hurry,
in the
Ejoe, quickly.
But wait.
See you with that outfit on.
How many here had your outfit on and went to the mirror and be like, I know it's fly if I do this one move and it looks good? What's the one move you did in the mirror?
Oh my God, I
Real quick, what'd you do?
It was always this.
Hey. Or
Future,
maybe the farmer.
Future, what'd you do?
Maybe the
I
farmer.
can't say.
Go ahead,
Come on in.
real quick.
I can't even think.
In the dressing room. Come on, what'd you do?
I didn't do that.
Dressing.
In the dressing room. What'd you do? In the mirror.
Always left-handed, stop and do a wave or something
See?
like that.
And on that, right there, we're gonna take a quick break. We'd like to thank you all three for coming here. We're just scratching the surface, y'all. All of you could have like encyclopedias of the timeline, the journey, and everything
much
that you
fun.
have experienced, but also the way you've influenced. Y'all are the original influencers before it was a thing. And we definitely would love to come back and, tease out a little bit more of your lives, So come right back because we're going to have some clips from the battle happening tonight, which some of these folks are in. So, yeah, we'll be right back. This is Kwik2Rok.
Give me a mic, I get hype. Doug Lazy in spotlight, rhyme spill. I get ill and watch the records turn like a windmill. I'm on track.
Only 57% of New York City high school students are college ready by their senior year. .55% of high school graduates either have no plans to attend college or are uncertain that they will ever attend. .34% of young adults don't go to college because they can't afford it. Discover what's possible. Bronxnet's education programs, internships, and opportunities help engage and inspire Bronx youth and beyond to pursue their passions. Be a part of the Bronxnet family. Whether you're interested in our shows, joining a class, or donating to support our mission, visit bronxnet.org to learn more.
Okay, so let's check out the Behind the Groove party / battle at Bogart House in Brooklyn.
This is another one for the history books as we get behind the groove. Let's check it out.
Check it out. Okay, so that was inspiring. For me to see all the dance generations hanging out in the same room, right? All the moves and the steps and everything that the dancer pulled out, it was crazy. It was good, it was good.
Once again, the place to be was BTG. Shout out to all the dancers who
All
showed
the
up,
dancers.
shared their vibes, and came to find out more of the history about hip house. Shout out to DJ DP1
Right.
and the 5 versus 5 big teams that rep generations deep.
You know it.
Someone who were in the studio today.
All right, Ejoe, Future, what?
Voodoo
You know,
Ray.
yes. And you can always follow us on our social media accounts at DJKS360, at La Rockefeller, at Behind the Groove NYC, and Full Circle Soldiers.
Yeah, stay in the loop with what we got coming up because there's always something cooking.
You know what I'm
us.
saying? Now, is it over? Unfortunately, yes, this episode is over. Pero seguimos con la fiesta, okay? Like the party keeps going. So check out the other episodes. We got 24 episodes, y'all.
That's
Come
right.
on now. You can get to know all of our New York City-based artists and the family that we have.
Well, we'd like to thank our legendary guests, Peaches,
Yup.
Future,
Bam.
and Ejoe Wilson,
Boom,
who keep
pow.
the fires burning on the dance floors.
You know it, you know it. Props to them. And as we keep the party going, we want to also thank our Bronxnet TV team, Juanita, Walter, John, Marco, Christina, Michael, Max, Nabi, who keep the cameras rolling through the thick and thin. And also Bronx Council on the Arts for showing the world how New York City-based artists always keep it going. So check us out on Full Circle Soldiers YouTube channel and the Instagram account so you can, you know, be up on what's coming next. So in the meantime, stay creative and connected to the underground. See you next time.
That's right. See y'all next time. This is Kwik2Rok.
Peace. And hair grease. Lots
And
of hair grease.
funky
Lots
beats.
of hair grease. Pa'l pelo, la peluca.